Hello, everyone, and welcome to 100 Million Possibilities Show. It has been a while. I haven't done any recordings for a couple months now, but there has been some changes, and I started to do Akashic records. And today I was doing Akashic records for myself, and I was working on some relationship things that keeps coming up. And one of the things what I've noticed, I really like watching like Pride and Prejudice, and there is another TV 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 series. It's like only like 4 films. It's called North and South, which actually kind of remind me of Pride and Prejudice in a sense. The kind of storyline is similar. That there is like a single lady. She is very independent and outspoken and things like that. And then there is a guy who is comes from wealthy family, and he's they kind of uh, don't see eye to eye at the beginning, and then he kind of falls in love with her, and then he goes and proposes to her, but she kind of rejects him, and then all the movie is like basically them clashing into each other, and that kind of creates some kind of energy, and obviously at the end they get together, but the storylines like are really similar when it comes to their relationship, and those two like movies are that really like brings lots of emotions up for me. And so I asked my Akasha records, what is that? Like, what does it mean? So I basically called that forbidden love syndrome. It's basically, I'm going to read it. I wrote down, otherwise, just. So I'm just sharing it because it might help you as well. Okay, so you are stuck in forbidden love loop. This kind of relationship drives you and fires you up. Once you get together with that person, it is no longer interesting. You like that hiding and secrecy. It is very strong and nothing can override it because the emotions are too strong for that. You need to override it and living that for so long it makes you sick. You're you intentionally looking for that feeling in movies and relationship that you artificially exaggerate. So I just want to explain on, like, for example, when I watch Pride and Prejudice or this North and South, it's basically I'm only those moments where they kind of the relationship stuff is going on. Like I don't know what the names were. It doesn't matter. But basically all those that like a storyline behind it is not really important, but that those moments when they meet and they don't see eye to eye, and but at the same time they kind of like each other, and then they kind of like secretly look at each other, and so everyone kind of around them notices that they kind of are in love, only they are, I don't know, stubborn enough or something to actually look. And basically I'm looking for those moments in the movies, and it's almost like I hype up the emotion because the emotion is so how to say, so strong, at the same time so I like that feeling so much. But what I noticed that it actually doesn't create a relationship for me. So they basically recommend watch those two movies 30 times or until you are sick and want something different. So basically when you get something like, I don't watch these kind of movies very often because North and South I probably watched 6 years ago, and Pride and Prejudice maybe once a year. But when you watch something over and over and over again, especially in a really short period of time, like let's say I watched Pride and Prejudice 10 times today, you 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 live in that emotion for so long, it's kind of washes off, like when you buy a new, let's say, dress with a bright color, and when you wash it very often, the color is kind of becomes like a washed out. And the same with emotions and feelings. When you get too many of them in a really short period of time, you kind of start to get sick of them. And the last note is, regular relationships are too boring in comparison to these emotions that forbidden love brings you. Maybe forbidden love is not the right name, but I just called it because I had to put a title on it. And it's, yeah, it's basically when you, like, I didn't ask whether it comes from previous relationship or not relationship, previous lifetimes, because I don't think that's really a point. Is the point is kind of get past and get over these kind of things, because yeah, I'm kind of start to, because even these kind of relationship doesn't show up very often, so it's kind of leave this almost like kind of emptiness in the. I'm happy being single. It's just sometimes I want something different, and so this is what I want to look into it for myself, and I'm just sharing it just in case this is something that you might be going through, and it can give you some kind of clarity about that. And if you want to book Akashic reading for me, just make a comment. And so yeah, have fun, and happy in love. Bye bye.